Well, we're going to get into the rest of this, try to get through it as quickly as possible. Gianna. Mm-hmm. I'm going to start from the bottom and move my way up. Okay. You disagree. It's not straight for a man to date a trans woman.
It's not. It's straight for a man to date a trans woman. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you think it's straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you disagree. It's not straight. Going to Sina, you think it's 50-50. What do you mean?
Well, like, if that was a trans woman or a trans man?
So it would be a man dating a trans woman.
If that trans woman is like fully transitioned, I'd be like, it's straight. But if it's
when you say fully transitioned, do you mean had bottom surgery?
Yeah.
Okay. So it would be, what if they didn't have bottom surgery? It would be what? Would it be gay?
I mean, it depends on the man, right? Like, if he thinks that's okay, if he likes that, then...
I'm going to come right back to this. I have 2 chats coming in.
Ogle donated $200. Chair 4 is one of those people who thinks being counter or quirky is cool, but it's not.
You mean Chair 5?
Only an idiot would say it'd be fun to be with bears hanging out.
I think you mean Chair 5.
She's not taking this seriously. Just skip her.
Yeah. You're right, Ogle. I have another one coming in from Ogle. He does clarify. Yo, Ogle, thank you for the TTS, man. I really appreciate your support. Good to see you in the chat, dude. I knew somebody named Ogle a long time ago. I don't know if it's the same.
Ogle donated $200.
Last
Chair
name.
5, my bad. $200 penalty for clicking too fast.
Hey,
Sigh.
Thank you for the clarification, Ogle. I do appreciate it. You're a legend, sir. Thank you for the TTS and your support of the show. Appreciate it. Okay, you said it was 50-50 on that. Okay, Lexi, you did a little 50-50 squiggly thing. So, care to provide clarification?
I just feel like if the other person doesn't have any surgery or whatever, it's totally up to their partner to say like, oh yeah, I am gay or I am straight. I just think it's their business.
Wait, sorry. Are you saying there's a duty to disclose, or what do you mean?
Like, I'm just saying, I'm not gonna tell someone like, if you're dating a trans woman, you're gay. I just think it's whatever he wants to be. I don't really have a
Well, you might not say that to them, but like if you were actually to analyze the situation.
I don't really have a stance on it, I don't think.
But you do have a stance, and your stance is that
I'm 50-50. Like,
you're 50-50, but you're not prepared to outright say that it's not straight for a man to date a trans woman.
I think it depends on a lot of factors. I don't know.
Yeah, such as?
Surgeries and what the people are comfortable.
Sure. Let's assume that the trans woman had bottom surgery, had a neo-vagina, I guess they're called. Would it be straight then?
Yeah.
Okay. Pause, nothing on for you. Going to you, Chloe, you said you disagree that it's not wrong or transphobic to not want to date a trans person, and then you were 50-50 on it's not straight for a man to date a trans woman.
I think people are entitled to their own moral beliefs, and I'm not in a position to say, oh, you're wrong for not wanting to do that. But as far as whether or not it is not straight, it is, for me, more so dependent on if they've had the surgery. So going off what you said, if they've had the full surgery and whatnot, then I think that would be straight. Otherwise, though, it's not so much, in my opinion, about them being trans per se. It's just, if you're assuming you're dating someone or seeing someone and they are trans and they have not gone through with that surgery, and you engage in sexual actions with them, then you're doing that, I assume, because you enjoy it and are attracted to them, which means you're therefore then attracted to them as they are, which includes their unchanged genitalia, which would then lead to question, are you fully straight because you like what you're doing?
And then you also did say, would you object, for example, to a man not wanting to date a trans woman because they were trans?
I don't think I took it as in like because they are purely trans. For me, both of those questions were 50-50s. It's very dependent on.
You circled fully on 29, which is do you disagree it's not wrong or transphobic to not want to date a trans person?
It's not wrong or transphobic if that is not what you are attracted to. Everyone has their preferences. Like I said before, it's not my decision to decide whether or not it's okay for someone to.
You did not mean to circle that then?
It's not that I was like, oh, it's good for you to not date someone just because they're trans.
No, but it wouldn't be, for example, if a man didn't want to date a trans person because they're trans, regardless of if they're fully transitioned. Let's say they're fully transitioned, they still don't want to date them. Is there anything wrong with that?
I think there can be tons of reasons for that. I'm not going to say someone's wrong for that. I wouldn't not date someone just because they are trans. But there could be religious reasons. There could be moral reasons. Maybe their family wouldn't approve and maybe that would affect them. They don't want to go through that. There's plenty of reasons.
Okay, but it wouldn't be wrong.
It wouldn't be completely wrong.
Ellen, you have no opinion? Do you want to keep no opinion or do you want to weigh in on this one?
I think I'd like to keep my answer.
Avantika, you said you disagree it's not straight. You disagree with it's not straight for a man to date a trans woman.
I think it is straight.
It would be straight for a man to date a trans woman? Yes. Okay. And is there any differentiation between what if a man is dating a pre-op trans woman? Is that still straight?
I would say if they're still feminine presenting,
Yeah.
then yes.
But still have a penis?
Yes.
Straight, okay. She's up. Tiffany, you have no disagreements on that. I guess my confusion here, whether post-op, pre-op, some of you had differentials on there. And any of you are welcome to, if you have going to you, I don't know what your answer was to this. No, you did not disagree on that. Would you guys agree that homosexual means same sex?
Yes.
Yeah. And straight is short form slang for heterosexual? Yeah. And so when we say homosexual, we mean same sex relationship. You would agree that trans people have not changed their sex, correct?
Are you saying based on surgery or?
So just for the sake of moving the argument forward and not like getting too bogged down, I'm going to go ahead and grant, this isn't actually my position, but I'll just grant for the sake of argument that transgender women have changed their gender. So they used to be a man, but now they're a woman, their gender. But you wouldn't say that they used to be male, but they are now female, correct? They have not changed their sex. Would you guys agree with that?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, so still male.
Wait.
So they're a transgender woman, but they're still male, correct?
No, I'd say now they're a female because they transitioned.
They're female. Okay. I'll before I respond to that, I'll get everybody here. Are they a transgender woman? Is she male or female?
By gender identity, they are a female. By biological identity, they are a male.
Well, no, by gender identity, they're a woman. They're not female. Female pertains to sex.
Okay, female, woman, semi-interchangeable words. I say these are my female friends.
Right, but I mean female points when I'm in the context that I'm using it. In fact, I mean in any context, male and female pertain to sex.
If I have trans friends, though, I might call them, these are a part of my female friends. I'm not going to be like, these are my woman friends. No, I just say these are my female friends. It's not going to...
Well, I suppose that has to do with the flow of language, less so than like the actual definition.
Right, so I say female, and I don't tend to say woman.
Okay, but assuming when we're talking about male and female, assuming we're talking about sex, do you grant that a transgender woman is not female?
Biologically, due to what is all going on in their body, unless in some ways they might be this weird in between because estrogen.
Well, there's intersex, but I'm not talking about intersex.
Right, I mean more so because parts of you change and stuff like that, your hormones and stuff like that goes more female biologically when you're on estrogen. So it really just depends. But base by base, they would be biologically male, because if they had to go to the doctors and get something done, or if they had something, it'd be viewed on a male basis standpoint.
Lexi, going to you. Is it transgender woman? Are they male or female?
I honestly don't think I know much about this topic to have an opinion.
Okay, sure, that's fine. You would, I mean, perhaps I can reframe the question a little bit. You would agree that when people change their gender, they're not changing their sex.
Can you, I just don't know. I don't really know the concrete definitions of gender and
How about
sex.
this? You know, like chromosomes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is there any procedure to change your chromosomes from male to female?
Not that I know of,
Okay.
but
Sina, transgender women, are they male or female? As it relates to their sex?
I guess the way that you said it, they're still male.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
Female.
They're female.
Yes.
Okay. So they change their sex then?
However they see themselves as now, I would go as well. So if they see themselves as female now, they're female now.
If they see themselves as female. But what if they're not female and they're male, but they see themselves as female?
Well, are they male or are they transgender female?
They're transgender woman, but are they male or female?
I would say female.
So if you were to do a test, for example, and this is a test that you can do, which allows you to determine somebody's chromosomes, would they have XX or XY chromosomes?
They would have male chromosomes,
So they're male then.
but I would say female.
But you can't change your sex. So, okay, how about this? A couple more questions on this. So, if two males are having sexual intercourse, is that heterosexual or homosexual sex?
Are you asking me? Or
Yeah,
everybody?
we'll go around
Okay.
this way. If two males are having sex, is that heterosexual or is it homosexual?
Homosexual.
It's homosexual, okay.
Homosexual.
I agree.
Homo.
Oh, I guess you.
If it's two
Males.
If it's two males who both say they are males,
No,
then
well,
yes.
so hold on. It could be two males. One is, I hate this term, cis man, and the other is a transgender woman.
Well, then that changes it for me.
Would that change it for the rest of you too?
No.
I don't know that term. What's the term?
Cis?
Born male, still male.
I don't like the
is
term,
cis.
but normal? I don't know. I don't know what's appropriate, but
Born male.
like a regular
Okay.
man. I don't know how to not be offensive,
No,
but
I guess
like,
that wouldn't change.
how do we differentiate between transgender, like a not transgender? We have to refer to normal male as a not transgender man. I don't know. Man, I suppose. Going to you. If two males are having sex, is this heterosexual or homosexual?
If they both identify as male and then their sex is male, then
Well,
it is homosexual.
No. One is a man and the other is a transgender woman,
No.
but they're both male.
Then no, it's not homosexual.
But they're both male.
Medically, yes. Biologically, they're both male. But
So just to be clear, are you arguing that you can change your sex?
no, I guess I realized what I said previously. I would say no. From a medical standpoint, you can't change your sex.
Okay. Well, I don't think there's really any context you can change your sex, because sex points to your
I know
underlying.
you were asking me earlier.
Okay. I'm just confused. So, like, how can two males who are engaged in a sexual relationship, how can that ever be classed as anything but homosexual?
If a guy says they like anyone who identifies as female or are
Sure.
female, then
Okay.
he would call himself
I'll engage
straight.
a bit further then. So, how do I want to frame it? Is it straight for a male who is not trans to have sex with a male who is a transgender woman?
Is it straight?
Is it straight?
Yes. because you are saying that you like someone who is identifying as a female and presenting as a female.
That's an interesting one. One sec. What about a man giving oral sex to a transgender woman with a penis? Is that heterosexual or homosexual?
Still heterosexual. I mean, my strict basis, and it's not going to change no matter what position they're in, is that if I like someone that is identifying as a male, or any male, then it would be straight. It would be straight.
Okay, so I guess going to you, and you. I'll ask this question also. A man.
Hey, well, just real quick. So sucking your girlfriend's dick is straight?
Yes.
Okay. A man giving oral sex to a transgender woman with a penis, is that heterosexual or homosexual?
I think partially depends on, are they liking it as
it's consensual.
a penis? Well, I'm not questioning whether it's consensual or not. You can have consensual sex but not like part of maybe someone's, let's say, a kink even. But if he is there and genuinely, like, he's going at that, he likes doing that, and he'd prefer having that rather than have her go through a surgery or something like that. If he is holding a preference of, I'd prefer to suck them off rather than, like, I'd prefer to do this, then that's one thing, because that's a little
But I mean,
questionable.
so is a transgender woman still a woman pre-operative?
There's still a woman identifying.
So you said it would be straight for a man to date a pre-operative trans woman.
Right.
Ergo, sexual acts between them must certainly also be heterosexual.
Right.
So again, I ask the question, a man giving oral sex to a transgender woman with a penis, is that heterosexual or homosexual?
Like I said, I think it depends.
On what?
For example, I've known someone who is trans. They were with this guy. And there are some guys who are basically closeted. They're closeted and they're gay, but they want a straight relationship. They want to be straight so bad.
Well,
In
help
that
me
way,
out with something,
it's
perhaps you guys can just assist me with this. Let's say two guys are going to engage in sex, right? Oral sex with each other. And one of them just really likes to dress up like a woman while his boyfriend does the deed. The other one identifies as being a woman while the boyfriend does the deed.
Crazy, bro.
Can you actually tell me what the threshold breaker is here for why that's not literally the exact same thing?
because for the trans person, that's their life, that's their day-to-day. That's not them dressing up for an act or something like that. Whereas for the male, it's just a kink.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't understand. The act seems to me to be the exact same act.
No, because they're doing that just because that's their, it's not their preference. It's not that they're like, oh, I am a woman. They just enjoy dressing. And are you saying they like to specifically dress up as a woman during,
if a guy dresses up like a woman and has another guy suck his dick, and then another man dresses up like a woman the exact same way, but then says, I actually believe I am one, and a guy sucks his dick, well, how are they both not gay? I don't get that.
I assure the trans woman goes about their day-to-day life dressed as a woman, whereas if this guy were to go into work, he's probably not dressed like a woman.
So the only difference is the self-identification?
Self-identification, their day-to-day life, that they have, that trans women have to harshly commit to having that.
Got
There's
it.
tons of
Let's
stuff they have
test to
to
see
do.
if this is true. So let us assume for a moment that there's a man who does not identify as a woman but dresses all day long as a woman and acts as though he is a woman. Is he a woman?
Not if he doesn't identify that way. He
Well,
can be
then
flamboyant.
it's just a matter of self-ID. So this would mean that I could literally roll over in the middle of the night and my wife could be like, I'm a man, and she would be one.
Well, there also comes body
So I would
dysmorphia.
be engaged in homosexual sex if my wife said, I identify as a man in the middle of sex. Would I then be a homosexual?
I would question the timing of her bringing that up.
Why? Well, but I don't understand. If a man can spend his entire day dressed as a woman, doing all the things a woman does, but not identify as a woman, and he's not, but another man can do the exact same thing, and the only difference is he identifies as a woman, then the only thing that makes you a woman is that you identify as one.
Well, but it's not a choice. You just have always felt that way.
Prove it. Prove it's not a choice.
People as young as like 8 or 9 have said and expressed that they are not the gender they were born as.
Does that mean? Oh, I see. So let me get this correct. I just want to make sure I got this right. Do kids lie, and are they often confused about sexual matters?
Not like that.
Yeah, like that. How would you know? How many kids have you had? 0? Like when you were a kid, there wasn't kids who were around who had all sorts of questions about sex and were super confused about all sorts of different things in regards to sex?
I didn't have kids myself, no, but I have a plethora of younger siblings who are quite young still even now, and no.
And they have
don't
no
just,
confusion whatsoever about what sex is, how it works, nothing like that. They just
Not
have it all
really.
figured out, huh?
They don't
They
really
just
have
came
the
out of the womb
questions.
knowing about sex and how it all works.
I mean, to be fair, when you have that many siblings, you kind of know how it works.
Okay, gotcha. So if it all comes down to self-ID, why couldn't somebody just, in the middle of their journey as being a woman, literally decide right there on the spot to take the wig off and dress in men's clothes and not be a man?
Because are you saying that it's a random decision they've made, or
No,
are you
I'm
saying
asking you a
that-
question. If a man was going through their life, acting as though he was a woman, doing all the things that you think a woman does, and then in the middle of that journey decided to take off the wig and the dress and put on khakis instead and act in every way a man does, wouldn't he be a man then?
Well, the thing is, they're not, you say acting, but they're not acting. If you truly are trans, that's not an act you're putting on.
How would anybody ever be able to know?
Ogle donated $200.
We have one
Isn't
more
the
coming
entire
in after
point
this.
of the left's views on this that gender and sex are different? Because one is immutable, sex, where gender is fluid, but now they're saying you can change chromosomes. WTF.
It's just rare to hear. I mean, even like trans activists don't make the claim that you can change your sex. So I just find that an interesting argument. I guess you guys don't defend people, but
Libertariat donated $200.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Grinding away in RFC in the guild, but anyone here can see Chair 5 is a pick-me trying to pretend that her bangs look cute.
damn
My
roasted.
bangs are to cover up my family's notorious big forehead. They're not cute.
Oh,
They're a
shit.
cover up.
Rip. R.I.P. Andrew, did you have more or?
Yeah, just very briefly, we'll wrap it up very quickly. If it's all based around self-identification, why then, if a man or if a person was going through life as though they were a man and said, "This is my identity and everything that I think my identity is," and then halfway through go, "Oh wait, you know what? It's actually not," and then put on khakis and a shirt, wouldn't he then be a man?
If that's what they choose and they discover that later on, then sure.
Then all that really makes you a man or a woman is if you say you are.
If you say you are and then put in the work to go about your life as that gender.
Yeah, okay. So then that would mean that if you wanted to be an elf, all you would need to do is go out to the forest and make yourself a bow in a little house and
Elves don't
call
exist.
yourself as Sildor, and you could be an elf, right? Why couldn't you be?
Elves don't exist.
Well, wait, I'm sorry. If a man can be a woman, the woman, ex
Men
parte
exist.
here, hang on, the woman does not actually exist. The man exists and is saying they are a woman. And if they are a woman, based on the fact they ID as one, then we have now made a woman who was not a woman before. Why couldn't we make an elf?
To put it in retrospect, in this world we live in this plane we call the universe and the earth, there is men, they exist. There are women, they exist. Elves don't exist in this realm of universe.
Yeah, but do you agree with me that a woman who does not exist does not exist?
I don't agree.
You don't agree that a woman who does not exist does not exist? So a woman who does not exist exists?
If someone is trans...
No, answer my question.
I'm
Don't reframe
answering
it,
your
actually
question.
answer it. Does
I'm
a
answering your
woman who
question.
does not
Yes.
exist?
Yes.
That's a literal contradiction.
The thing is, if you're trans...
By the way, that's a violation of the laws of logic, the law of non-contradiction. It's incoherent, It's nonsensical. You might as well say something like, the sun and Mars and the Earth are all the same thing. It's total incoherent babble. Let me ask you again. Can a woman who does not exist?
If you are wording it like that, then yes. But in my opinion, trans women are always women. They have been women since birth. Their sex may be male. They may have XY chromosomes, but typically, if you are a trans woman, you have always felt that way. You've had body dysmorphia your whole life, and you have always been a woman inside.
What's a woman?
That's for every woman to decide.
What's a dog?
A dog is a dog.
Yeah, what is that, though?
An animal.
Okay, what else is it? Give me a definition of a dog.
I gotta let this in really quick. Think about the definition, though.
Mrs. Ogle donated $200.
Mrs. Ogle.
I'll be changing my gender.
Mrs.
Call me
Ogle.
Mrs. Ogle now, please.
There you go. All right. Good to. Pronouns she, her, they, them.
Just real quick, what's the definition of a dog?
Oh, he's back again. I'll give you more time on the dog definition, okay? Just because.
Who's back again? What are you talking about?
Ogle's about to come back in. You still nothing on the dog?
Coming.
Ogle donated $200.
Thank you, Ogle.
Since
Appreciate
they
it.
think immutable characteristics like sex are now modifiable based on what one feels, can they say if it's possible to transition from white to black race as one feels throughout the day?
I mean, since the beginning of this, I have said biologically, sex-wise, they are still male. I'm talking about gender identity. That's what I've been saying the entire time.
Can someone change their race?
No.
Okay, well, I don't understand. What if they identify as not being the race that they are?
You are the race that you are. Unless
Yeah,
you have
but
some
why?
crazy past
Why are you the race
life
that you are and you can't
reincarnation
identify as a
stuff.
race that you're not? Hang on, let me ask the question. Why is it that you have to be the race you are and can't identify as the race you're not, even though you might have been born experiencing everything that you think that race experiences?
You can be culturally one thing, but not racially another thing.
Okay, so then you can be a trans woman, but you're not a real woman? Is that the same logic there?
No.
Okay, well then I'm so confused again. I'm sorry. Why am I not black? How come I'm not black?
You have a black wife, Andrew.
Yeah, I'm a black ex-wife. But why am I not black?
Ex-wife, my bad.
I guess
Can
you
you
weren't
explain it?
blessed like that. I don't know.
You don't know why I'm not black? You actually don't know why I'm not black, really? I just want to make sure that we're
say
clear.
I don't
You
know.
don't know why I'm not black?
I feel like stupid questions get stupid answers. Like, ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer. So,
Are you black?
no.
How do you know?
Because I know.
Yeah, how?
I look at myself in the mirror.
Oh, okay. So through these features, your features that you can clearly see that you cannot change, you are that thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you then change? So can you ever be black?
Let's do a hypothetical extreme. If you were
Okay,
to
can't wait.
undergo a crazy amount of procedures to try and achieve a look of a certain race, you still would not look that race because you would be so botched up.
What?
No, you can't.
Okay, well, let's
race
do the
switch.
hypothetical the other way. If you could do all sorts of surgeries and look like that race, and I can give you examples where people have done this, would you then be that race?
But you can't.
Yeah, but if you could.
But you can't.
Yeah, but if you could, though.
I'm not going to answer a completely
You're not going to answer because it
unfalsifiable
destroys your whole stupid-ass
No.
position. So real quick,
It doesn't
if
destroy
you
my
could-
position
if
'cause
you
it's not
could get
real.
a bunch of surgeries done that would change your race, would you then, or to change the appearance of the race, everybody who saw you would perceive you as being a black person instead of a white person, and medical technology had gone far enough that they could cosmetically make you look that way, would you then be black?
It doesn't exist.
Can you answer my question?
I just did.
Hypothetical, the entailment of a hypothetical is not whether
My
it
answer
exists or
doesn't
not,
change.
but whether to test the logic of whether your logic exists or not. So I want to see if your logic exists.
Re-ask
If it were
me the
case-
question
if
when
it
that
were
becomes the
if
case
it
and that
were the
becomes a
case-
thing that
if it were the
exists.
case- If it were the case that this could happen, would you then be that thing or not?
Re-ask me when it comes to fruition.
Why would that have anything to do with the answer to the question?
Because
Don't-
I'm not
here,
going to
don't
answer
weasel.
a fake
Just answer the
situation.
question. Stop
I
weaseling.
just did.
You said no. You answered the question by saying when that becomes a possibility, it's a hypothetical.
I'm not going to
If
think
Superman
about something
existed,
that's
would he
not
be
possible
bulletproof?
currently. It's not worth my thoughts.
Yes, if Superman existed, would he be bulletproof?
It's not worth your thoughts because it destroys your worldview.
No, because it's not something that can currently happen, so I have no need to think about it.
Okay, great. That's fine. If Superman existed, would he be bulletproof?
He doesn't exist.
If leprechauns existed, would they have a pot of gold?
They don't exist.
If unicorns existed, would they have a horn?
They don't exist.
So
in
just
media
anything
I
shows.
which-
saw one once.
Got it. Hang on. If a rocket ship existed that could take us to Mars, would you go on it?
She's scared of
When
heights.
one comes to be made, I might
So
think
you
about
can't
it.
answer if a rocket ship existed that was going to go to Mars, would you go on it? You can't answer that because a rocket ship currently does not exist that goes to Mars, really?
No, I wouldn't be able to
In
answer
fact,
because I don't
how
know
could
the
we ever
statistics
envision
of
any
that.
sort of non-existent technology, how people would use technology that doesn't exist, how anything in the world that's not created right now could ever be created if all we did was go, well, it doesn't exist.
Because I don't need
No,
to.
it doesn't. Hey, you know what I want to do? I want to make this this kind of invisible cabled system where people can instantly send messages to each other. Oh yeah, well that doesn't exist. Like, does that make any coherent sense to you at all?
And those people can do that, and I cannot.
Because it doesn't exist.
Because I don't want to.
Do you have any dead family members?
Sure.
Do you ever talk about them?
No.
Why not? Because they don't exist?
Yeah.
Oh,
You fucking
boy.
retarded as fuck. Oh. Dumb as a box of... No, but I'm not going to insult rocks like that.
Don't. Okay, all right. Here, I'll finish up on this then. Going around the table, the question was, is a man giving oral sex to a transgender woman with a penis, is that heterosexual or homosexual?
I have
Lexi,
no opinion on this.
come on, you've got an opinion.
No, I don't. I'm not a man, so it.
What do you mean? Okay, here. A lesbian woman being penetrated by a transgender woman with a penis, is that heterosexual or homosexual?
I still don't have an opinion on this. That's my answer. I'm sorry.
Okay, a straight woman scissoring with a transgender man, is that heterosexual or homosexual?
I don't even think I'm following along with where you are right now.
All right, clearly. Sina, what about you?
Homo?
Huh?
Homo?
All right, Gianna, what about you? A man giving oral sex to a transgender woman with a penis, is that heterosexual or homosexual?
Hetero.
That's straight, okay. And then really quick, I guess one more follow-up. A man having penetrative anal sex with a transgender woman, is that heterosexual or homosexual?
Hetero.
Sina?
I don't know.
Lexi?
Oh.
Are you what? Just you're Catholic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pause. Oh well, yeah. Well, you didn't have anything on this.
Same opinion.
Heterosexual for a man to be having
Same
penetrative
opinion as in it depends.
for a
Moving
man
on.
to be having penetrative anal sex with a transgender woman is heterosexual.
Depends. Moving on.
What about you?
My opinion,
Which is what? Into the mic.
which is that if you're one gender and someone presents as the opposite gender, whatever act you do with them will be heterosexual.
I'm just okay. Look, straight is short form slang for heterosexual. So I don't know how these acts could ever be heterosexual if it's two males engaging in the sexual act. This is a really novel position. Perhaps you guys want to be politically correct. Even transgender activists don't hold this position. I know you guys are trying to be woke and politically correct. Even transgender activists don't hold this position. I don't know why you guys have dug your heels in so far on this. In any case, You guys don't believe in science. That's all I have to say. I mean, you guys just outright reject science.
Yeah, we have to correct.
You're literally
misinformation
science
from the
rejectors.
Yeah,
You're
science deniers.
You're science deniers. I don't know how else to say it. Like, biology is. This is not up for negotiation. You cannot change your sex. If two males are having sex, it is homosexual. It cannot be heterosexual. It cannot be straight. And in fact, as a straight male, I find it offensive that you guys are essentially attacking my sexuality. How the turntables have turned. How the tables have turned.
The turntables have
How the turntables have turned. No, but it is interesting.
Turntables are turning as they turn.
Like, if I were to say to like a man who's gay, I was like, no, you're not gay. You're actually straight. You'd guys be like, whoa, that's like gay conversion therapy. That's totally unethical. But like, for you guys to sit here and tell me, a straight man, that you're questioning my sexuality and you're saying that a sex act between two males is straight, you're attacking my sexuality, and I find it deeply offensive.
Wait, I have a question.
In fact, furthermore, hold on, Tiffany.
he's on a roll.
Hold on. I want to add that because all of you believe that this all comes down to ID, I choose to identify as the correct person on this matter, and I wish for all of you to affirm my identity as correct on this matter and all matters moving forward. Please affirm my identity.
You want me to just...
I want you to affirm my identity as being correct on this matter and that you were wrong. That's my identity. Go ahead, affirm it.
I'll say your identity is affirmed.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Do you
welcome.
affirm my identity, Sina?
Affirmed.
Thank you for affirming. Lexi, do you affirm my identity?
I don't know.
It would be bigoted for you not to affirm my identity. Pos, do you affirm my identity?
You are straight.
The most bigoted.
Yes.
No, not as a straight man. I don't want you to affirm my identity as a straight man. I want you to affirm my identity as the correct person on this matter.
Okay, yes.
Thank you for affirming. Chloe, do you affirm my identity? Wow, that is a bigot right there. Ellen, do you affirm my identity as the correct person on this matter?
I just don't really have an opinion on this.
Oh my goodness. Do you affirm my identity?
Do you affirm his identity that you can't have or not have an opinion on this? Do you affirm that identity?
Do you affirm my identity?
I would just prefer not to speak on this topic.
Do you believe in science?
I believe in science.
Can you tell us the scientific method?
The 7 scientific like that?
Yeah, just the scientific method, yeah.
I can't list it off for you right now.
Okay.
Wait, I have a question.
Go ahead, Tiffany.
What if you were to have sex with a trans man? Would that be gay?
No.
Yes.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
it
well,
wouldn't.
no, a man. I thought she said a man. She said
No,
a
she
man.
said trans, so it's a female.
Oh, yeah, it's a female. No.
It wouldn't be gay, but it would not be
It'd just be like
ideal.
having sex with a butch chick.
It'd be like having, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
How about this? Would I prefer having sex with a trans woman or a trans man? What do you think about that one?
That's a good question. Answer it.
Yeah.
Trans man. Well, hold on.
I think if you have
yeah,
sex with
trans man.
anybody who says that they're trans, you're gay. That's my take.
That's fair. That's actually kind of fair. But like, so
Because here's my reasoning. They're all part of the LGBTQ, right? That's what they say. So then necessarily, wouldn't they be gay?
the Hulk Hogan argument. Like
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan with a vagina or Megan Fox with a penis. Yeah, I mean, if it's between trans man, trans woman, he'd pick the trans man. Anyways, okay, fuck it, whatever. Moving on. Oh, final thing on this. Going around the table, just because I feel like it's important. What is a woman?
A female.
Oh. Wait.
A woman
Is that
is
a W?
female.
A woman is a female?
Yeah.
Oh,
Simple.
okay.
A female creature.
A creature, okay.
Can you come back to me?
Sure. What is a woman? Pause.
How would I describe it? Like feminine.
Okay.
Maybe.
What is a woman?
A woman is a woman.
Typically in the dictionary, you would not like a
I'm
cat.
not the dictionary.
Huh?
I'm not the dictionary.
Okay, but so what is a woman though?
A woman.
Try to define woman without using the word woman.
I don't want to.
Why can't you?
Because I don't have to.
Well, you don't have to, but Ellen?
Like an older, more mature girl.
Wait, so an adult human female?
An older or more mature girl. It's just like a later stage in life.
Which sex do they belong to?
But you asked me to give you the definition, which I gave you.
Right, but
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
asking for...
That's true. To be fair to you, that is true. You did give a definition, but when you give a definition, usually you're pointing to some kind of information which tells us what the thing is. So if you say a woman is a girl, right? We ask you, well, then what is a girl?
I answered the previous question. I would like to leave it at that.
Oh,
Damn, bro. All right. What is a woman?
A woman is someone who identifies as a woman and is feminine presenting. A biological female is a biological female.
Can you
I think
define...
that's a pretty good standard progressive answer, I think.
But can you define woman without using the word woman?
Feminine presenting.
Feminine. So like a non-transgender man who is feminine is a woman?
I'm just saying.
So this could be a
identify.
straight man who's just feminine.
No.
Is he a woman?
No.
Oh, because you just said feminine.
I'm just saying they have to be feminine and identify as a woman.
What if the transgender woman is not feminine? Are they...
Okay, well, you asked me not to include the word woman. I was trying not to.
All right. I got some chats here. We have Ogle.
Ogle donated $200.
Do you mean chair 6 or chair 5?
Why not just kick chair 5 off if she won't participate anymore? My EDS sister, I'm disappointed in you.
Boom.
You guys ever hear that Shania Twain song, I Feel Like a Woman? Anybody?
Feel like a woman. I don't know.
Have any of you girls ever heard that song? Yeah.
Feels like a woman.
Yeah.
Is that how it goes?
I mean,
I don't know. Sing it, Andrew.
Yeah.
Sing it for us.
Well, I mean, no.
In falsetto.
I would leave that to
In
much
falsetto.
more vocalist than myself. But when Shania Twain is saying, I feel like a woman in that song, do you think she's saying, like, I feel like a dude who's dressed up like me? Like, do you think that that's what she's getting at in that song? And she's like, she's talking about, somebody with a penis who's dressed up like a woman and acts like a woman? Or do you think she's talking about something else when she said, I feel like a woman?
That's crazy, you know? All right. I'm going to let some other chats come through.
Hail and well met.
Yo, thank you, Paladins.
Lol Paladins
Thank you, bro.
donated $200.02. A woman is a woman who would define the word woman by using the word woman, and also say women when talking about a singular woman.
That sounds really regressive, Lol Paladins. Why are you giving us regressive definitions? Like a woman points to a woman is a woman, and that's what a woman is. It's anything that says it's a woman because that's a woman. That sounds regressive, like the opposite of a definition, like something that should be rejected as a definition, but what the hell do I know?
Okay. We have also, not a simp here. Chloe, you read this one for us? Did we get an eye patch photo, by the way? Damien? Chloe, can you read it?
No, I genuinely can't see.
Okay, Andrew, I don't like how you get so mean to people in these debates. I don't really care, though. But if you ever hurt my goth mommy... Oh, no, that's her. Goth mommy, the knuckle sandwich you'll get. I thought he was talking about Chloe.
Why? She's been awesome the whole panel. She's engaged in every question. She seems like she's interested. She's been great to talk to.
The goth mommy?
Yeah, she's the one... Well, the one he's referring to, yeah.
Okay.
Usually, the only time it ever gets aggressive is if people are like... being evasive or refuse to answer basic questions. I can understand if there was a loaded question or like, tell us your mom's name and your address, and you're like, I refuse to answer. That seems totally fair to me. You know what I mean? But it was just like, did you go out on a date 2 weeks ago? And you're like, I don't know about that. Answering that seems a little less like correct on a dating podcast. You know what I mean? So yeah. It can get aggressive back and forth in some of these debates. I agree, but I don't take any of it personally. I don't think most of the women here take it personally.
I wonder if this is a differential between men and women insofar as like men are willing to have these kinds of conversations and like women are not willing to offend because like they operate. What's that? Oh, did you see, Andrew, have you seen that? It was this post about like women filter things through a consensus filter. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. I'm never, the thing is, like, I'm never too sure on those things. I think that they sound good to us, but, I've noticed that if you talk to women, like, by themselves, when there's not other women around, they're kind of based. A lot of them are kind of based. They're like, yeah, that ain't no fucking chick. Like, what are you talking? That ain't no guy over there. But if they're around a group of other women, they're like, well, I'm not really sure if I've been. So maybe there is some truth to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so you're talking to them solo, suddenly they're like, oh, hell no, that ain't, it's a strange phenomenon.
Okay. We have Brian Rookard. Hey, thank you for the super chat, man. Really appreciate it. To the future anesthesiologist, there are differences in dosages between men and women with respect to certain medicines. So biological woman comes in but identifies as trans man. You give her male dose, kill her, but you were just bowing to her wishes. Do you want to respond to that really quick?
I
Thank you,
realized
Brian.
that I misspoke earlier. Like when you were asking me, can sex be interchangeable? And I said yes. I misspoke. I didn't understand the question. So no.
You meant gender?
Gender is fluid. Sex is not. Like biologically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that
I
makes
misspoke
sense.
earlier.
Yeah. They're easy to confuse. I get that.
So by that definition, if they're biologically male or female, yes, in medicine, they would be treated differently based on dosages of medicines and biologically how they are. So no, I'm not going to give them the wrong dose based on what they identify as.
Okay.
So let me ask you this. If there was a virus that only took out women and only killed women, right? Would trans women die?
A virus that only killed women?
Yeah.
If there was a virus that only killed biologically female
No, it
people,
only killed women. Would trans women die?
does a virus-
Hang on. If it only killed women, would trans women die?
does a virus understand gender identity? I don't
Yeah, so if there was a virus that only killed women, would trans women die from that virus?
a virus that only killed women. That would mean a virus that only killed biologically female.
So then we've
Under
established
that
that a woman. So
definition-
then we've established that a woman is a biological female.
No, I'm saying from a medical
No.
standpoint, which is what the previous person was asking, a biological female is a biological female. So if a virus was going to attack a biological female, then no, the trans person
Yeah, but
would
what
not
was
die.
my question? My question was, if it was women only who could die by a virus, would trans women also die?
I just don't think that your question makes sense in a science way. I'm sorry.
Why?
It's because we clearly defined that sex is sex and gender is gender, and now you're
Yeah, I
saying
know, but we never defined what a woman is. So if I were to tell you, for instance, tomorrow there's going to be a virus that has escaped from a lab in Wuhan, okay, and it only affects women and takes out women, right? Would you worry about any of your trans neighbors?
if a virus suddenly became sentient and understood the difference between sex and gender, then yes.
No, there's viruses which specifically only attack women and some that specifically attack men. That is true. There are some viruses that are that way. So if you had a virus that only attacked women, could it attack trans women?
I think that I pretty much answered your question. That sex and
Yeah,
gender
but
are
it's
different.
a category error, right? So if it can only take out women, but it can't take out trans women, then we'd have to establish that trans women aren't women.
I don't think a virus can do that.
But if it could only take out women, if it only took out females who we call women, then necessarily would trans women have anything to worry about?
I don't really want to follow this hypothetical because I was strictly viewing it from a science standpoint. So.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, moving off of that specific topic, going